Good morning, my friends. How is everybody this morning? It's Monday. It's Monday, and it's the week of the Fall Equinox. And what I thought I would do is every day this week, I would do a little bit about the Fall Equinox. So today, I have a little bit of a history lesson, and I'm just going to read from page 227 in this book. Autumn brings with it the memory of the greater Eleusinian mysteries. The ancient rites held in honor of the earth goddess Demeter and her daughter Persephone. The mysteries were renowned throughout the classical pagan world. Men and women from all walks of life came to the Greek town of Eleusis to be initiated into them. Mysteries were old even in antiquity. It is impossible to overstate the awe they inspired in the ancient world. But although we know that the mysteries were held in high regard, that they honored the goddess of the earth, and they provided initiates with transcendent experiences designed to free them from the fear of death, we do not know what actually happened inside the initiation hall. Therefore, the would-be initiates entered. They all swore strict vows of secrecy. These vows seem to have been kept with exemplary rigor. Theories about what took place abound, but the truth is that, in our current state of knowledge, we have little in the way of hard facts. If the practice of the mysteries is still beyond us, what we do know is that death and renewal of plant life and the nourishing power of the earth are at their core. We also know that they were celebrated at about the time of the autumnal equinox in late September or early October. Although whether or not they were directly linked to the equinox is an open question. But in keeping with the spirit of the mysteries, we can pause at the time of the equal day and equal night to honor the goddess of the earth, without whom none of us would exist, and to remember that spring will follow in the heels of the coming winter. I thought that was really cool. Just a little bit of a history lesson. There are a couple poems and different things from different places in this book that I'm going to be reading this week. Sorry, I'm looking for the one that let's see. Yes, this one. So this is from For the Vandis, from Gudrun of Mimsbrunner, and it's written in the 21st century. Here Freya, the goddess of fertility, is reaping the harvest of another kind, the noble dead. Hail to the warrior queen on equinox morning, white-armored, chosen the slain by her glorious criteria. Harbor of the defenders of beauty, O Freya who rides with Valkyries, give me strength to defend all that I love, for I am dull and frightened with years of defeat, and I have forgotten the mystery of shield maiden's love. So there's a couple poems in here that we're gonna kind of read over the next week, but the fall equinox is kind of one of my favorite. I'm a fond lover of solstices and equinoxes because I love the astronomy that goes with it. It's the day of equal day and equal night. I love anything that has to do with the moons. I'm very much a heavenly body girl. I'm just really I love the stories, I love the mythos, I love anything that has to do with the heavens, right? So we're also going to be turning back to the book of the Celtic Devotional, and I was looking for, so in the Celtic Devotional, what's really cool is that each of the sections is broken up from the cross quarters. So this book is set up, I'm looking for the index here, or the table of contents. This book was written in first publishing was 1996, and this is a first edition of that book. So this book is set up from Samhain to Imbolc. So Samhain is Halloween, Imbolc is the 1st of February, Beltane is the 1st of May, Lunasa is the 1st of August. I think it's really awesome. There's a perpetual calendar in here, but I don't think it goes past, right, it goes to 2020. So 1996 to 2020. Perpetual, huh? Where's the rest of my life, right? Oh, wait, I lied. Okay, it is longer. It was page 1. So it does go to 2033. So still not very much longer. And these are cross quarters. So quarters are your solstices and your equinoxes, and your cross quarters are the not delineated by the solar heavens. These are holidays that are denoted by seasons, or like the in-between points almost. Anyway, so we're going to be going back to that book as of Samhain. But one of the things that I love about the equinox is if you look at a lot of the standing stones around the earth, especially some of the bigger sites, like in the Mayan culture, the Incan culture, some of the Peruvian cultures, most Aboriginal, I mean, even Australia, I was reading somewhere not very long ago, but I can't remember where I read it. It was in an archaeology magazine, I believe, where they were talking about how our Aboriginal ancestors, wherever they were on the earth, they spent time outside. Like they had to pay attention to what's going on outside and what the heavens were doing. We have a lot of light pollution. We have a lot of artificial light. You know, everybody thinks that the modern way of doing things is the best way to do things. But what we miss is that we live a square box life. We're stuck inside a square box all the time, every day, every night. There are very few people that are out and connected to the earth and respected for it, where it's a cultural okayness to be outside, to be looking at the heavens and paying attention to the natural world around us. We have a lot of homeless people. We have a lot of people that have housing insecurity, that are not stable, but they're just trying to survive, and they're trying to survive in a modern world where even if they did notice things, they aren't respected for it. They're looked down on it. And I think we need to flip that narrative a little bit and understand that those of us that have housing security, we're not better as in have more connection. We are poorer in many ways for not having that earth connection. We need to start paying attention and being mindful of, where does our food come from? How far away does it come from? Are we sustaining local businesses if we possibly can? I mean, honestly, how many of you or us live in a place where if food became scarce, we could rely on our neighbors for pantry? Most of us can't. And in the bigger cities, it's, I think, worse. Like there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, and there's a lot of concern about where food comes from. So something I'm doing this fall is I'm going to be buying seeds and planning out next spring and summer and fall, because I want to go to Pennsic next year. So I also know that's during harvest season. So I'm going to have to plan out and negotiate with family members and friends for harvest. I have another friend who actually owns a pretty good plot of land, and so I'm going to be talking with her about food and gardening and that kind of stuff. And so, networking within your community and figuring out what your plan's going to be, because the climate is changing, and that's changing where our food comes from and how we get our food. And greenhouses are a thing. They need to, we're going to have to start looking at that and looking at what to plant next to other things so you're not using pesticides. And so I'm not entirely certain what today's daily devotion is, but I think for me, because today is a rest day for me, I had a migraine this weekend, so I didn't get nearly as much done as I thought I was going to. And then yesterday was kind of tail end of the migraine. So I've had a migraine headache since Thursday afternoon, Friday. And so I lost a couple days of production, basically getting ready for Great Western War. And today, I don't have clients today. I need to do some catch up on work, but it's also, I want to give myself a little bit of rest because yesterday I really, really worked hard to try to catch up. And I can definitely tell after you don't feel good and then you push too hard, guess what happens? Your body goes, up, nope, did too much. So today's a little bit of a rest day for me, but also I'm going to do a little bit of equinox prep so that I can do my personal ritual on the equinox this week for me. And it's supposed to be a really nice week and not too hot, so I should be able to get some lacquering done and some woodworking done. And today is the day that I'm going to take a little bit longer with my daily devotions. I'm going to actually do an Epsom salt bath, and I'm going to do a longer tuning fork session for me. I'm going to do a map session. I'm going to really get my week going in a positive way, kind of revitalize my body after migraine hell. I sometimes think that the migraine is like a weird result of more than one factor. And my Aura ring showed that I had a fever on Friday and Saturday. So I know I had a really bad migraine. I just I hope it wasn't anything else, and I am feeling better, so I don't know what it was. But anyway, so today is think a little bit about the autumn equinox and your connection to where your food comes from. I'm going to be making bread today because I have celiac. I have to be kind of careful as to what I eat, and I need to be more conscientious about dehydrating food this fall. I may have missed my window of getting really good veggies and stuff to dehydrate, but that's why I have a dehydrator. So do the best you can, right? Do the best you can. Think of how you could do it differently if different things became scarce. Be grateful and be mindful of where and what your food is that you put in your body. And I think part of this whole devotional for me is also reminding me not to eat sugar, because sugar is not good for me. Corn, which is not good for me. I have some food sensitivities that really affect my body. So I'm being more mindful of that, and I encourage you to be mindful of that. And we're going to kick off the week with all about the equinox, all about the fall equinox. It's one of my favorite mindful days, times of the year. Seasons are changing. It's getting cooler. It's been so beautifully nice and cool the last couple days, and I love it. And I think Astra loves it too. She's been a little she's had the chronic zoomies for several days now. She's really enjoying the cool air. But I do too, so I completely understand. Right, Astra? So have a beautiful day, my lovelies, and I will see you tomorrow in Daily Devotions. Have a blessed day and blessed be.